everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. The yardage that has come on the catches made by this man has been a very important part of their offense this season. And in this game, he's sure to be heavily involved in their passing attack once again. It's the Seahawks going up against the Saints. With that, let's get you out to the Bayou. We're standing by as our commentary team of Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the Bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Today, we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Seattle Seahawks and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Guyton. And, Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And incomplete to open things up. Jimmy Graham, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And it's incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's 3rd down. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. On 3rd down, Wilson. Underneath to Spiller. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a gain of 5. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good start. On 2nd down, Wilson. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
To throw again is Wilson. Finding time. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan. He's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. And the offense now will try to regroup after the sack on 2nd down. 3rd and long. It's Wilson. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.J. Spiller, and that brings up 4th down.
But no second guessing the call here.
They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch there. Made sure the feet were inbounds, and they were.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
So just a lone field goal in this first quarter of play. 3-0 is our score. We'll head back to New Orleans after this.
This This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin hits the Seahawks with a football to begin quarter number 2. They face a 2nd and 7 to start things out. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. Well, we saw the practice film this week. They wanted to focus on these intermediate passing plays, and it paid off there.
And they took that focus not just to the practice field, but in the film room to show the guys exactly what they wanted, what types of looks they should expect to get, and how they would beat those coverages each and every time, and it paid off on that play.
And good to see Jimmy back out there moving okay after the ruptured patella in Week 12 last year. You've dealt with that injury, haven't you?
I have, and let me tell you, you know that expression, I feel your pain? I felt Jimmy's when it happened. Now, mine didn't happen quite the same way his did. His happened in the line of duty. He was playing in a game. For me, I was just coaching.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. So the offense has it 1st and 10. In the slot on the right is Graham. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. And the grab made by Doug Baldwin. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Doug Baldwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks are able to strike for 6. And that touchdown drive happened very, very quickly. You knew that they had the quick strike ability. They showed it.
And for a defense that understands that, it still drives them crazy when it actually happens to them. Fast and furious, there came the points.
Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
So the myth has been shattered. Every cornerback in the league is not just a cover corner. Some of them will stick their nose in there and make plays exactly as we just saw there. A big loss suffered by the offense after that nice tackle.
Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Larry Ridley is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. An extra defensive back on the field here for 3rd and goal. On 3rd and goal, end zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Their dangerous wide receiver hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver.
And Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme, and you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On first down, Wilson. He hits Baldwin right side. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. So they're operating in the red zone. Off the play fake to Rawls. Wilson. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Throwing is Wilson. He finds his man, Baldwin. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
I don't care how many times you tell the story, it never loses its luster for me. Doug Baldwin, undrafted out of Stanford, and plays like a #1 receiver should in the NFL. I don't care how you cover him. I don't care that his size isn't great. He's the one that typically comes up with the football.
Absolutely. His roots go all the way back to Gulf Breeze, Florida, where he's from, right on the water near Pensacola, and then, of course, to Stanford, and, boy, he's been good. 2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And this will be incomplete. He was looking for Thomas Rawls there, and it's 3rd down.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
To throw again is Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. Their big-bodied receiver as the first half is winding down. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the... A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the second half. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. And on 2nd and 10 now. They come out here in the eye. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's 3rd down now. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart, and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
This is intercepted. Picked up by the safety, Jarris Byrd. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now,
they go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's got the hook up here on the comebacker, complete. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
remember how much we enjoyed watching him last week?
It's the same thing this week. Look at those numbers.
I'd hate to be a defender right now because no matter what they're throwing at him in terms of coverages, he's finding ways to defeat it. And even when he's covered, he's not covered. Hey, what is he doing? What's that term they use? He's uncoverable and making big catches. Really fun to watch.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. First down, this is Rawls. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Now Wilson on 2nd down. Going to Rawls on the dump off. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Back now here live in New Orleans. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. In the slot on the right is Graham. From the gun, it's Wilson. Surveying the field. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. On 2nd down, Rawls. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. And in this situation with the lead 4th quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more.
End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Their dangerous wide receiver with his 3rd touchdown of the ball game, number 12 on the season. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them?
On first down, Wilson. It's caught outright by Graham. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Just 2 yards to go here on 2nd down for the offense. In the slot on the right is Graham. They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
All the elements of what you want out of a play came together on that one. A really nice run, took care of the football, and even more importantly, taking the clock under 4 minutes now. At this stage of the game, how do you bleed out the clock, take care of the ball, and make sure the other team doesn't have a chance to come back on you? You're looking at your sheet, how many timeouts are left, how many runs do we need to close it out? That's what the coach is looking at right now. Situational football, trying to gain a victory.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
On third down, Wilson. Got a man and he hits him in stride. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Getting late in the fourth now, Charles. 2-minute warning just around the corner.
Yeah, some teams just want to get to that spot, take a breath, and then come out and attack for the rest of the game.
So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. The connection made. It's Graham. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They come out here in the eye. Wilson wants to throw it. And that's complete to Luke Wilson. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. And the Saints signal for another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. In the slot on the right is Graham. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Oh, and it's incomplete. That would have been big in the end zone if he could have held on. Instead, it's 2nd down.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off a drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys do not play offense.
2nd and 10. It's Wilson again. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Their big-bodied receiver with a career-high 4-touchdown game. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just 1 shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and
looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. And with very little time left on the play clock, Pete Carroll's going to call timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Seahawks, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for the Saints, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. I'll be heading to the hotel. Charles, he's off to Bourbon Street.
No, I'm not.
Yes, we say so long from New Orleans.